It's a pity they don't use it anymore.
This cutting was dug out by hand. It's a line they don't use anymore.
Cut it from this side down.
Yeah, they're on the ground level.
All done by hand apparently, back in the day.
In Australia, this would be the place to go if you want to see a train museum. Oh, really?
Well, here we are at the Railway Museum in New South Wales. Beautiful carriage. Beautiful.
It's the Governor-General's carriage.
You're not the Governor-General. How are you able to get on it?
I am the Governor-General's valet. His Excellency will be returning to Canberra tonight following a visit to Sydney. And I was merely attending to his wardrobe for the trip and his arrival back in Canberra.
By His Excellency, you mean that bloke, Isaacs?
That is correct, madam. The Right Honourable Sir Isaac Isaacs, who incidentally is the first Australian-born Governor-General to be appointed to the position.
What's it like inside? Come on into it.
Of course I can tell you, madam. This carriage is owned by the people of Australia.
We own it, but we're not allowed inside.
The carriage has a formal dining room, 5 bedrooms, and is beautifully finished in polished timber and gilt fittings. She was built in 1901 and has served every Governor-General since then.
All that fancy stuff.
This is a prison train, is it?
Enough, Clark.
What?
Miss. G'day.
G'day.
My name's Eddie Clark. What's yours?
Martha?
Not focusing.
Don't be nervous, girl. Nobody's going to hurt you. They'll cut your hair, give you a shower and lock you up nice and safe.
I've never been in trouble before. I've never been inside a prison, not even to visit.
I can't show. I was going to lock you in.
Oh, come on. It's not that bad. Jail feels like your second home these days. You'll be fine.
I don't think so. I'm missing my children already.
How long did they give you the slam?
3 months.
3 months? That's nothing. You'll be out before you know it. What'd you do, girl?
I stole some groceries from the grocery store to feed me kids. You see, my husband got laid off.
Yeah. I got those.
Bike there.
crane by the looks of it. A crane by the looks of it. Oh wow. I did press to begin.
Each and every train runs to its own, very fine-tuned to keep the system operating smoothly. Now get to it.
Both of us have allergies to cats. We were looking at getting a dog, we were thinking of what dog doesn't shed or doesn't have this Hungarian Tesla business. Have you seen it? Yeah. What? You know, do you have the bathroom where you
Oh, shall I go down the slide in the mail room? Oh, no.
Oh, look, there's a slide.
Oh. Into the mail car.
Today. Have a go. Have a go. Have a go. Mr. Bugs Bunny. Mr. Violet.
Alright, we've got a fair bit of work to do, mate.
Have?
We're sorting mail to stations on the southern line and into the main set of wire baskets here.
So we drop off more than Goulburn mail at Goulburn Station.
Do right. Goulburn to Taralga and Crookwell in the first row of baskets, because it all comes off at Goulburn, as well as Tarago to Queanbeyan, Canberra and Bombala.
Right. They're bundled separately, I suppose.
Oh yes, of course. One bundle for each of the spur lines.
Doing their jobs on the railways too. So this is pitched at families, so I won't be going into a lot of technical detail. I don't know if any adults are interested in lots of technical detail, but it will be a broad overview. So we might just start over here at this map that's on the floor. Everyone will be able to see that. Yeah, it's a timeline and it's showing railway lines being built all across New South Wales, starting from the first one that was built from Sydney to Parramatta 160 years ago. And then over the following 100 years, you can see how a big network of railway lines was built right across the state. But then, kids, can you see what's happening to those black lines now? They're shrinking and disappearing. So that started to have no cars or trucks or aeroplanes, so everyone and everything travelled by train. So when we go around the museum, we're going to see lots of different sorts of carriages and wagons built to carry all the different people and all the different goods that were carried by the railway. No, that's right. We've got one you can climb on the side. This part of the museum is called the Workers' Walk, and you can see along here we've got blue banners showing lots of different jobs on the railways. Because when everyone and everything was travelling by train, it was a really big network, and it took thousands and thousands and thousands of people to make it run. Because you needed the people to build the engines, you needed people to build the carriages, you needed people to put seats and things in the carriages. You need people to work at the station master, and you need the porter to help people move their luggage around. Those people who worked on the trains, like the biggest ones ever built in the world. And it was built to pull really, really heavy loads. We call that one the Garrett after the man who designed it. So you see this big one that starts here, and goes all the way along to there.
And then the other train has
So it's a really big, really powerful. It has 3 lights.
I think there's more than 6.
Yeah, it's got a lot of wheels. Look at all the wheels it's got. 36, I think.
Was this a real one?
Yeah, all of these trains were real ones that used to run on the railways. So the steam engines are the really old ones, the old type of engines. And then we had diesel engines. So slowly they brought more and more diesel engines into service and phased out steam engines. And now most trains are diesel, electric or electric.
This is so big.
It's huge, isn't it?
Yeah, but how about if they fall? How about they carry that big
Yeah, you have to make a train, you need an engine plus carriages or wagons on the back. You have an engine and carriages, and altogether that's called a train. And they use those bits in between to hook them all up. And it was someone's job to do that, to hook them all up, and that's called a shutter. Strong glue.
Caravan or what?
Don't know.
Oh, was that a Christmas tree here around Christmas time? So, right. Oh, some of them we can go inside. I'll let you know when we can go inside. Remember I was saying everyone and everything travelled by train. That included animals. So today most animals are moved by truck, but before there was trucks they got moved by rail. So this one was moved in sheep. So farmers might want to get their sheep from their farms out in the country areas to the city markets where there's lots of people to buy them. That is an excellent question. What do you think? Right, well that's a really interesting theory.
I'm not right.
Yeah. How do you think they got the sheep to the top bit?
And then the farmer climbed up. No, they
Up a ladder.
and then put it inside.
Have you guys ever seen sheep climbing ladders?
And then put them in prison.
Oh, it's not a prison. It was
Yeah, it is prison. It's prison because it's jail, see?
Alright, let's carry on.
Look, they used to rent to get the sheep up there.
Oh, look, let's go there.
We're standing where the wheels are, so when you go to the station, you're usually on a platform, which is about this high, and then they have a ramp from the platform up to the top, and that's how they got the sheep up there. It was a great question though. Really good question. So this one's for carrying cows. I mean, it's a bit squirrels with it.
Did they use a car that had legs and
No, they weren't made out of Lego.
Yeah, but is this carrying horse?
Yeah. So this one was for carrying horses. They used to take the horses to and from the races using these. And you've probably seen horse floats on the road. Have you ever seen a car or a van?
We've seen the carriages in the car that's calling a carriage.
But the horses used to travel on the trains as well in these special carriages. They fit 6 in there, three at this end and 3 at the other end.
They go 8 in 1 second. And then they go just right past and then go to the screen. And then run, they use the ladder.
Gotta love the enthusiasm though.
Rows and rows of trains.
So I've just stopped for your red bits that have the numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah, well that's called the class number. Every
3137.
engine has its own special number and it's a bit like its name. It's the way we identify our different engines. And what it means, for example, is the first 2 numbers refer to the class of engine, so the type of engine. So this is a 55 class and it's the 95th one of them that was built. So that's how they get the number. It's the class.
341, me corduroy bridges, I put on. Me corduroy bridges, I put on, are working on the railway, I'm weary of the railway. Poor Paddy works on the railway. Oh there! What are you doing here? What's going on? Look, keep back to these. You know, can be a dangerous job here. Do you know what I am? I'm a shunter. Do you know what a shunter is? Who can tell me what a shunter is? That's right. I duck between the carriages and I couple them up. Come and have a look up here. Come up here. Come up here. I do all the brake lines and the draw lines as well. I make sure they're connected. I've got to run in between the train and make sure everything's connected properly. Some say it's an easy job, but it's not, you know. It's one of the hardest jobs there is. And I've got to do it. You've got to be on your toes, you know, you can't fall asleep. Otherwise, you'll get squashed between the train. And that's not good, is it? No, you've got to be alert. Yes, that's why they picked me. I'm agile, I'm alert, and I've got to keep the time. There's a train due in a minute. Oh, another train, all right, you best be off then. We're going to keep going. All right, keep going, and watch out for these trains. They're hard to stop, all right? They won't stop for no one. Don't walk in between them. All right. I'm weary of the railway, poor Paddy works on the railway.
So Paddy was a shunter. His job was to hook all the wagons up to make sure that they were all connected properly, so that when the train left, it wasn't leaving wagons behind. But it was a dangerous job. Lots of accidents happen with shunters. unfortunately.
To cut the road.
No, it's got something to do with the wheels, I think.
Oh,
Like a brake.
is that the
So this one used to carry fuel. Probably seen fuel tankers on the road. The fuel used to get shifted by rail as well.
Do you remember what the numbers stand for? Were you paying attention? The first two numbers is the class of the engine. Or the last number.
Yeah, where do we go?
The number that was made. So it's 1905.
Amazing that it was made in Manchester, and came out by ship. Yeah. That's so weird. So it didn't sink the ship. Yeah. And how did they get it off the ship? Onto the ship.
A lot of very strong men.
Oh, well,
You let the ship lean to one side and they put it in.
No, I think it's doing overnight express train, I think.
Yeah, that's the next one.
Yeah, that's right.
This one. This one.
Yeah, well,
Yes, they are. Oh. Yeah, Bob. What? There's your pot. Good. There's a new carriage up there. See the white one? I bought the orange one today, yesterday. The carrying molten metal. I thought it might have been something like that. I wonder how they kept it. So they wouldn't travel too far, probably. No, because otherwise it wouldn't be molten anymore, would it? They'd obviously heat it and I'm sorry, move that out somewhere and pour it. And there, your big ratchet, you can ship it over. Ship it over to warm oil. Yeah.
Wow, what a difference.
Maybe they're about 50, I said 20 years today, I was like an ice truck, and you get he said, I'll give you an eye actually. Bloody dad Tom rang me when I had a coffee. He said, I've got news for you. Some people turned up on ice. Yeah, a lot of them must have got there.
story though.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, we're coming. Mind the head.
Yeah, mind your head. And then back in 1981, I decided that all I really wanted to do was drive trains. So I started my career working in Central. Who's been to Central? Yeah, there was a bit of a fire there.
I didn't even
a couple of days ago, wasn't there? Anyway, I started working there. I started working in the refreshment room there, and but I really wanted to drive a train. So back in 1985, in fact, 30 years ago this month, I got my grades to drive a diesel train. I reckon I deserve a round of applause. It's pretty male dominated, but I was the first one. And I started off driving the diesel trains, and that meant that I could drive down to Nowra and out to Lithgow. But I had a little boy. How old are you?
6.
6. My little boy was 2.5 when I started driving trains.
Some of the stuff that she was saying that was taken from an interview that was done with Denise Mills a few years ago. A true story. So let's move on. Let's see what else we can find. Let's put something to help. So that's a big difference with the electric trains. I think we need a separate thing. You can try. I don't know how to go over there.
Take a picture. Oh, you can go.
Oh, off to the roundhouse.
either work or being repaired so that they do work. So we run this one here, we use this one a lot, this one's to work, this is 2 meters, so this is 42. And the round one behind it is a diesel engine, and you can see it's got different shapes to the thing. It's more like a rectangle, isn't it? So if you see a rectangle, see there's another one over there, the red one, that's a diesel engine too, and you can see it's got that same rectangle shape. So we might go up the ramp here and have a look through the windows down into the roundhouse. Then we can see anyone working there.
It's great, isn't it?
It is.
Amazing.
Well, I think we call it little lunch.
Little
It's a
lunch,
break
yeah.
one these days.
Yeah, right on. Yeah, well, I'm a carriage builder. One of the master craftsmen that used to work on the railroad. Back when it mattered what you did. We took our time and made a great job of what we did. None of this modern stuff where they just pop it out. You know, like the cookie cutters, make them, mass produce them. We took our time, and we were the best apprentices there were as well. I did me apprenticeship at the Everleigh Works. I only took on the best they did. I was one of them. Yeah, those were the days. Now I'm passing on my trade to the others. And it's not just carriage workers. To build a train, it's boilermakers, it's plumbers, it's electricians, it's sheet metal workers, it's welders, it's riveters. All those blokes needed to make one. But we started everything off. We'd build the framework. So let's take a seat. We'd build the seat, and in come the upholsterers and the leather workers, and they'd finish it off. But we had great pride in what we did. We made sure it was finished right, because the government wanted to put their best foot forward with the public transport. Yep, we loved our job, took great pride. So next time you see a wooden carriage, make sure you have a good look at it, all right? Look at this, the work that goes into it, and the painters as well. Right, better get back to sleep, I mean work.
Thank you.
Okay, let's go back this way. Oh, you wouldn't be able to do that on an overnight train. Other people would be wanting to use the bathroom. So when we go into the overnight express train, we're going to go into the dining car, which is like the restaurant on board, where people would have their dinner. So we'll go in and sit down at one of the tables.
Because when people went on a long way on a train, they'd have to stop and get out and go and have something to eat and go to the toilet and all that sort of stuff. Because they didn't have stuff like that on the trains back then. Yeah, and we used to serve 3-course silver service meals. How's that, eh? Pretty special, isn't it? But you know what? It was a pretty funny job because we had to wait around for the trains. So they'd pop in any time of the day and we'd have to sit around and wait for them to come. So we'd have to get everything prepared, everyone would get off, they'd eat, then they'd get on the train, and we'd have to clean it all up, and we'd have to sit around for another couple of hours. And then another train would come and we'd have to do it all over again. But we didn't get paid for waiting around. Oh, no. We only got paid for when we were actually working. So we had to sit around for hours and then wait for the next train, do it all again, not get paid. And us girls, we didn't get paid as much as the boys. We only got half as much as what the boys got paid. That's not very fair, is it? No, for all that hard work we did. We used to live actually on the premise. So we used to live upstairs, and there were some girls, they'd have to pay to get all their laundry and stuff done as well. So we had to live away from home and have to pay for our laundry to get done. Oh, things were pretty tough, but it was a pretty good job. And you know what's happening now? Because the trains, they've developed these things called dining cars, and they've worked out how to put electricity and running water and stuff on the trains. It means they're closing all the railway refreshment rooms. It means I might be out of a job. They are saying that they might lease them out to other people, so I might get a job with someone like doing that. or I could get a job on a dining car. That would be pretty good, I reckon. Get to see a bit more of Australia. Yeah, reckon that'd be a good job? Yeah, maybe I could do that. Oh, I think there's another train coming. I better go and get ready back in the kitchen. Very nice to see you all, and sorry about the cup of tea, love. I'll get it for you later. All right, see you later. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Enjoy your trip. I'm going this way.
Paid for the blocks of work they were doing and not for the time they had to wait in between. So it's pretty rough, and they did get paid half the amount the men got paid to do the same job. But things have changed a bit since then. So this is the dining car for when people were eating on board the trains. So this was after the time of the railway refreshment rooms. To the beds.
I like this one because this is big. I like the city on the orange. Oh,
So you can see in here the kind of stuff that the carriage builder was talking about. The hand-carved wooden seats, all the wooden detail around here, the pressed metal on the ceilings. There was people whose job it was to make all that stuff. I was just saying, you can see in here the craftsmanship that the carriage builder was talking about, or the carts.
$40 fine for throwing stuff.
Just switch him off.
Still first class.
Still first class,
It's
yeah.
private.
Yeah, no private, yeah. I'm looking through that. I've got a mirror here about that.
It's nothing.
No.
Originally there would have been a banner.
Yeah, look at it all, mate. Yeah. You're very quaint, eh? With a fan even.
That's, I can remember travelling.
Yeah. Like you can see these things on the old Melbourne records. Yeah. I remember kids getting up. Excuse me? Laying on those.
Yeah. Men's toilet.
Checking our tickets with make sure we Oh, okay, cool. Whoever's on duty's got their
Dinner about to be finished.
Looks like a vaguely remember.
Yeah, well, I just had a drill. It's like the Royal installed Adelaide, you know. Can't do it. No, they'll actually stop it.
Oh, lucky. I was a bit worried there. Okay, your interchange is coming, so let's be quick. Thank you, sir. Oh, hang on a sec. That's a bit dodgy. It's all right, there you go. I'll let you through there. All right, I'll need you to stand over there as well. Thank you very much. And you, sir. Yeah, you're okay too. Thank you very much. All right. There's a bit of a misprint here, sir. I'm going to let you go.
Oh, thanks very much.
As for you, I'll be getting the officers to check your story, okay? Keep an eye on her, all right? Move along, you'll miss your train. Thanks very much. Enjoy travelling with State Rail.
What? Oh, guard. Anyone know what a guard does? Guards things. That's a very good answer, Nana. What do you think I might guard?
train.
Trains! Yes, I am a train guard. Well done. And what do you think my important job might be? Waving this flag that happens to be what colour?
Blue.
Oh, give this lady a big round of applause. Well done. Yeah, my job as a guard is to keep everyone safe. And at the moment, what am I telling you to do? Stop. That's right. I'm telling you to stop. And I'm also telling my engine driver, saying, stop the train. It's not safe to go. Stop. I actually ride in this cart here. This is a brake carriage. Now, I am a man of many talents, and I can use my initiative, and I can pull that brake to stop the train. Very strong, And me and my driver, we have a sixth sense. So we know how to stop this train and keep it safe. What do you reckon? Pretty good, eh? Now my job also is to count all of the carriages on my train and add up how much they weigh, work out where they've come from and where they're going. I've also got to do the timekeeping. I've got to make sure when we pass a location, I write down what time we go past and then what time we arrive. So I can do all the log keeping as well, so I'm pretty good at maths. Are you good at maths? Excellent. What's 1 + 1? Oh, give him a big round of applause. Fantastic. So my job is to stop the train so that people are nice and safe. And also, what do you think my job might be when the train is safe to go? What do you think I could do? Do you know what I could do? What colour flag do you think I might use?
Green.
Green.
Green! That's right. All right. Because we've got red and green. Do you think we're ready to go? Do you think it's safe?
Yes.
Mind the gap. Stand back. All right. I'm going to wave the green flag. And I think you're free to go. You can go that way. See you later. Bye-bye. Bye. Safe journeys. Mind the gap. Listen to your guard. We're keeping you safe. All right. Bye. Lock it up tight platform here. See ya.
People to have meetings, bed, shower. Yeah. Oh, the books. I'm not so sure about the books. But all the upholstery, yeah, this is all original. Yeah.
What's going on here? Hi, sir. I'm the Commissioner of Railways, and I'm very important. And I need you yes, I need to hear your complaints or anything. Anyone got any complaints about the railroad? Anyone? Anyone? Because once a year, I would hop on my old Betsy here, specially made for the Commissioner, and I would travel the length and breadth of the New South Wales Railway. And I would talk to the customers. Any complaints, madam? Any complaints, sir? None at all, yes. Well, I would make sure that things were in top ship-shape order. Have you got any complaints?
No.
Good. And what about you? And what about you?
No.
Good, good. I'm very important, man. The Premier of New South Wales will often consult me when it comes to the implication of new rail policy. So I am very important, and one day I hope to have my bust in the Great Hall at Wynyard, where all the other commissioners have had their heads, just a cast of the head, of course, yes, not the real head, yes, laid out to show their greatness. Now, I do have a meeting with the Premier, so you best be moving along. Thank you for using State Rail. Now, move along and enjoy your time. Any complaints? Don't talk to me, talk to someone else. Ask that young lady there. Tell her your complaints if you have any, and please enjoy the train. Thank you very much. Very nice.
It's not the worst, tell someone who cares.
A moving train? No. None of them, these ones are moving. So this one was the Premier's carriage, Premier's car. And the one at the end was for the state governor, and that's why it's got the crown on it.
And the numbers, the word, letters and numbers mean anything?
Yeah, it's a bit like the class numbers on an engine. Every carriage has got a number and a letter code. So the letter code is the type of carriage it is, and the number identifies it. But I think they tried a few times to come up with a system, but because the names kept changing, the codes kept changing, I don't know that they ever came up with one consistent. Yeah. See the crown on this one?